Welcome to the Platinum Review Show. I am Alex Vespucci, your humble host, and today we're going to be reviewing an anime near and dear to my heart, Fate Zero. This anime really tries to take on what many other animes shy away from. It tries to take on a kind of husk that is very hard to watch and very difficult to actually follow while enjoying yourself. It can actually be rather stressful if it's not done right. I'm talking about bringing in characters from other literature into the show as kind of plot actuators, or as you would say, fluff. Basically what they do here is that they bring on anyone from King Arthur to the ancient Gilgamesh. With these particular characters that are all awesome in their own rights, they really come across as being really cool actuators for the show. Take the main one, for example, which is Arthur. Arturia Pendragon, which is the second main protagonist of the show, who is basically like a genie in a bottle trapped within a system that she cannot control. This could be an allegory to many other things in humanity. However, in this particular show, she is what you are called, if you're what she is, a servant. Now, the servants in this show range anywhere from an S rank to a D rank, but in this particular season there are only servants, lowest being a B rank. With these particular servants, they have special skills such as noble phantasms, which are basically glorified Kamehameha waves. But all joking aside, they're very cool to watch. In addition to these characters' special moves, there is also the story, which is actually the strongest point of this particular anime. It starts off very awkwardly, and if it was actually done as well as it could have been, then it really could have been one of the best anime shows ever released. An epic trek for anyone to jump onto. It would actually even encourage people that weren't into anime, such as Attack on Titan, to actually get into looking into some of the materials of the better shows. However, with this particular show, it starts off extremely slowly, and it doesn't actually fully introduce the mechanics of the story in a way that's very honest and informative, but rather just wants to get right to the dessert. However, not everyone's ready for dessert when they're very, very hungry. However, in this particular show, these characters are worth just accepting starting off, but not everyone is going to really understand it, and it comes across as being quite campy in its early episodes. Now, with these particular beginning episodes, I found it actually very easy to watch them when I was going through the season a second time. And I think that being the reason why is because I already understood how everything worked, and it really seemed like goodies, almost like a sequel to the original 2 seasons. But it's just playing the same season all over again, which was awesome.
I am putting an end to this mad warrior.
It's all or nothing. Archer.
A lot of elements of this story that you really want to wrap your head around are the characters themselves. That actually makes you want to actually look into some of the other older stories a lot more. Now, I found myself after watching this show all the way through, was just so curious that I actually ended up going ahead and hitting up the Fate Zero wiki for hours. I was there for like 4 hours looking up every single character after watching the show, and I assure you, you will too if you allow yourself to be wrapped up in the awesomeness that is Fate Zero. Now, there aren't many negatives to this show other than what I've already mentioned, but one of the negatives might be that the main protagonist of the show, you could consider this show, without doing any spoilers, it isn't exactly the traditional protagonist that you would expect from a normal anime show. With this particular show, though, it is very satisfying to watch all the way to the end, and you feel as though you learned something after watching it. This show I would give an 8.3 out of 10, and I suggest anyone that comes across the show to actually bother watching it, and not only watching it, but buying posters of it, reading up the wiki, maybe even buying a couple Revoltech statues or two. Other than that, I would suggest this to people that think that anime are shallow, because this shows how deep they can actually be to the point of being a bitter Shakespeare play that is animated and running very smoothly. One of the strong points of the show is actually the art. The art is actually done so well. I actually haven't seen a non-movie anime that has done this good since Gurren Lagann. But this, I would say, has an even more consistent frame rate. However, the frame rate did get better on the previous aforementioned show. Okay, thank you all for watching. Thanks for tuning into Platinum Reviews. Make sure to check out this channel, my channel, Platinum Reviews. I'll be releasing a review once every... Okay, see you guys next time. If you want to help support the show, then check out the Patreon page, Platinum Reviews. See you guys next time.